It's not what you did, son, that angers me so. It's who you did it to.
Who? The nobody?
That nobody is John Wick.
Never stop, don't get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you. Always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the John Wick Minute, where we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate John Wick 1 minute at a time. I'm Samuel.
And I'm Steven.
And today we are analyzing minute 42 of John Wick.
Yeah. You're not gonna.
I'm just gonna let that ride. I'm just gonna let it ride.
No, you
Just
can't.
gonna let it ride.
It's not. It is illegal to not make a joke about the number.
I don't know what to tell you. So this minute begins in the life of John Wick with a close-up of Perkins. And as he's, strolling through this little universe of his, you could say there's a little bit of everything going on. His life, the universe, and everything.
I hate you. I hate that's how you brought it around. That's not. It didn't take a lot of deep thought to come up with that joke.
Oh, well played. Well played, sir.
Anywho,
Google it.
yes, please. So the singer is. I dropped the bottle cap. Sorry, I'll cut that out. The singer is Sophia.
That is a terrible stage name.
Sophia Urista is the singer's name. And it's a very jazzy. I don't know what the song is called. I literally was Googling everything, and the only thing that comes up when you're trying to find song that plays in the bar or singer in the bar, it's only doing the club song. Like no one's talking about this little jazz number. So
Did you Shazam it? Like hold your phone up to the
no.
and then Shazam it.
If you listener, if you're that intrigued about the name of this song, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to watch the movie and do that yourself. So
And then put it in the comments below in the video.
Sure. Feel free.
Tell us what the song is.
There'll
be a prize.
That's fine.
By that I mean we'll give you a thumbs up and a good job, and we'll even mention you in the next relevant week of episodes. Not this week though.
Sure.
We're booked this week for special references.
Yeah, sure. If you say so. So there's a very it's a mixture of like a Rat Pack vibe and a little bit dirtier kind of vibe. So there's some elegant things, right? So
Sure.
we see Winston. He's sitting at a table. There's red leather plush, bench he's sitting on. The menu is very nice. It's a fancy restaurant vibe. But then there's like pinup girls on the wall behind him. So this is an interesting mixture of things. But we do see Winston. We see Ian McShane is the actor's name. Do you know him from anything? Top four,
I really feel like I should, because he has a very I should know him from something face. But it's not coming to mind, and I'm gonna kick myself.
That's all right. I'm gonna list them off. One of them you're gonna be like, oh, that's why I don't remember that, because I know you've seen the movie. But so he plays in Deadwood, a character named Al Swearingen. I don't know. I haven't watched Deadwood. No idea. He does the voice of Tai Lung in Kung Fu Panda, the bad snow leopard. But this is the one that you're just going to not like. He plays Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Tides.
Not the best one.
No, actually the worst one. So there's that.
Well, there's some competition.
The fourth one is the worst.
There's some competition.
There's no competition. The fifth one is the second one to worst, but there's no competition. Fourth is the worst.
No.
The fifth
I don't
is
know.
awful.
Have you seen those recently again?
One is the best. 3 is the second best.
1 is the best.
2 is the third.
I don't think we're remembering these movies in the right order.
That's right. I've seen them enough times. That's my personal opinion.
I don't know. I've always counted it as a perk that Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley weren't in the fourth one. So
Really?
it kind of makes it a little better.
No. The interactions between Jack and them make the movies. Without that, Jack is just a...
No.
Oh,
Jack makes the movies.
he doesn't make
They're
them on
there
his
for
own,
a
though.
ride along.
Well-
I didn't think the fifth one was bad.
It's not great.
It's not worse than 2 and 3.
It is worse than 2 and 3.
2 and 3 aren't that hot.
2 and 3 are way better than 5.
Fight. Well, okay. Well,
Anyway, whatever.
we're just gonna disagree.
So, Ian McShane also plays Brother Ray in Game of Thrones. Some of you may recognize him. I recognized him from this awful show that I don't recommend because it started well, went just way off the rails, but American Horror Story. In season 2, he played Lee Emerson, the serial killer at the insane asylum. You'll know it if you've seen it.
I could see him doing a serial killer. I could see him doing that.
It was kind of not a Hannibal Lecter vibe, but more of a gross kind of, I don't know. Yeah. Not a
Because Hannibal
refined
Lecter wasn't
man.
gross.
No,
That's
but
fine.
he was more refined in his speech and stuff. This guy was just a
Sure.
vulgar, different
Is there
guy.
anything else I would know him from, even though it's not in the top 4?
Not that I saw, but that doesn't mean there wasn't anything. You might just have to look it up yourself. That's what I
Most
recognized
likely
him
not.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't see, if it wasn't something you recognize, I probably did. You've seen far more movies than I have.
Theoretically.
So,
We do get, I think, the first time anyone calls him Jonathan. Winston calls him Jonathan. And he's one of the few who calls him Jonathan, but we do find out later this week he's definitely not the only person who calls him Jonathan. I can't remember if he's been called before, but I don't think so. Not in this movie. I don't think. You're usually the one to dole out the beatings. Rusty, I guess. Yeah. So he asks Winston where he can find Yosef. Again, this comes into the dynamic of Vigo and the table in the Continental and how all that works.
yeah,
Like how
he's in the world.
why would Winston know? Unless there was a deeper connection between the Tarasovs and the Continental.
There obviously are. They're obviously in that world. Like, because as we find out later, Vigo knows rules. Vigo knows how things work. So Winston would know, like, word's gonna get around that if there's a hit was put on John Wick's house, like even if it wasn't public, like that's gonna get around. You don't just like if your top guy, assassin guy, like gets out of the industry, you don't like lose track of him. Like
Fair.
you keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
So I guarantee they all know what his life was going on, what was, and somebody puts a hit on his house, you got to know that's going to cause problems.
Yeah. That's true.
And so it does. I mean, I bet you they knew from the moment that if this were a real world, that the moment that Mustang showed up into the shop,
Yeah.
and then the word started spreading that John Wick's out for blood. And then Vigo puts the contract out, and now everybody knows. So, but there's obviously rapport between these two guys.
Sure.
Right? It's professional, but you can tell it seems like maybe a little more like friendship. I don't know if that's the right word, but very familiar with each other. Not just like, this is the boss of the hotel. Although you kind of get that when he first asks for the manager, right? Or whatever. But like in this, we have a full first name, Jonathan. So there's already a different level. So that's interesting. They're trying to build that connection already with him.
Winston's got to be my second favorite character, maybe. I don't even know if it qualifies as favorite, but I think him and Sharon.
I bet you third. Yeah, Sharon's probably second.
I don't know. I might like Sharon better than John. I'd take a movie about Sharon. Maybe. Keanu Reeves, man.
Well,
come
that's
on.
not going to happen.
We all know his. Well, spoilers. We know that his Keanu's acting, but
It's fine if he doesn't talk, which he doesn't do much of.
Then again, I almost never choose the main character as my favorite, and I think part of the reason is because I grew up with two older brothers who got claimed their favorite characters first, and you weren't supposed to have the same favorite character as them.
There.
So maybe that's what it is. Also, hold on.
So-
Is anyone's favorite Harry Potter character Harry Potter? Because I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think so.
Well, no.
Nope.
I don't know who it is, but it's not Harry.
Anyway, just random, but I've noticed that in talking to
Who's the main character in Lord of the Rings?
Frodo, right?
Is he?
Yeah, he is. It's Frodo.
Is he?
He
Or is
is.
it the ring?
No, it's Frodo.
I don't think Frodo's the main character.
I think it is. He is. Not the ring.
Worst
Whatever.
main character ever.
I mean, I didn't say he was a good one. I just said he is the main. Sam's the best character. The whole thing.
Obviously.
It's not the name.
It is the
It's
name.
not the
It is the name.
No. Oh, man. Anyway.
And the big hairy feet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's about it. What's their
Yeah.
conversation? You just like,
he asks where Joseph is. Have you returned to the fold? Just visiting. And I think that's where it ends.
yeah. Well, it ends up with a close up of Winston's face. So you got a close up of Perkins, bookended with a close up of Winston.
Sure.
Dun dun dun.
I wonder if there will be any conflict between those characters.
Who knows? I don't really have anything else for this minute. We
Nope.
have YouTube, we have podcasts, we have some T-shirt thing somewhere, and we've got
It's in the description, everyone.
a Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called the Continental Lounge or John Wick
Minute.
Continental Lounge.
John Wick Minute
John-
Continental Lounge.
Yeah, because that was a lot of words.
Yeah, but you have to. If you just put the Continental Lounge, then
Who knows who you get?
the wrong people.
Yeah. Well, we thank you for joining us on the minute that answers all of life's questions. The problem is we just don't know the question to the answer
Yet.
to all of life's questions yet. Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Just a few billion years.
We'll get there. So happy minute 42 to you all. We hope you will join us tomorrow for the next episode of the John Wick Minute.
So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks. We out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized. We out here making posters and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers.